forewarned forecast. This is News 4 at 4.
In your top 4 at 4:30, we're keeping an eye on the path of Hurricane Florence as it churns toward the East Coast. The storm has been downgraded, but officials say it's still extremely dangerous. Jeff Patterson is live in Wilmington, North Carolina, tracking the path of the storm this afternoon. Jeff, good afternoon. What are you seeing out there?
Yeah, good evening, Christy. This storm has become a slow-moving beast that is stalking the Carolina coastline. Right now on the Cape Fear River, we're just kind of watching some of the outer edges of the storm. Little wind, little rain, kind of walk its way from downriver towards our direction. Still, the storm is expected to go downhill from here. I talked to many people, though, who are planning to stay here tonight.
On the Cape Fear River, the battleship North Carolina is secured for yet another storm. As Florence approaches, many people have elected to hunker down for the hurricane.
Well, we've got a business here, and we're in a what we feel is a relatively safe place in town. We're up on the second floor, so we felt it was kind of a calculated risk, but we felt it would probably be fairly safe.
On a marina on the Cape Fear, Scott Bloodsworth is here to keep an eye on the boats.
Everything's double tied. We've doubled and triple checked everything, so everybody's tied down and very secure.
The marina is only 3 years old. It survived Hurricane Matthew last year without problems, but Florence may be different. Bloodsworth is confident.
We got concrete docks. We got really high pylons. So we're sitting in pretty good shape.
Rachel and Randy Fox are also staying for the storm. Tonight, they'll sleep inside the restaurant they own.
Our restaurant's in a historic building. It's in one of the oldest standing furniture companies here in Wilmington. So my thought was it's been here for over 100 years, I believe, standing with no damage. So we have windows boarded there, and I say it's like a little bunker.
Yeah, the building where we have elected to stay for the duration of the storm is an old railroad building. I'm told it was constructed in the 1880s, and the manager here tells me this building has weathered many, many hurricanes and never had a problem. She doesn't expect it to have a problem now, hopefully. Christy?
All right, Jeff, thank you. And Andrew, you really have to hope that everything is okay for those people. And so often we hear that it's not the wind that, is the most concerning part. In ways, it's all the flooding that can become really dangerous to people in those situations.
And that's what's most concerning about this storm. Yeah, we've got terrible winds out there. There's going to be wind damage. The storm surge, especially in the northern flank of this hurricane, is going to be devastating near the coast. But it's the fact that the storm is slowing down. It's going to slow down over the next 48 hours through the Carolinas and bring incredible amounts of rainfall. And that's really what's the most concerning. And that's why the impacts are going to be far-reaching through the Carolinas. It's not just a coastal storm that moves inland and weakens and then everything's okay. It just slows down. Lots of moisture with this. And again, this is a track from now through about Sunday morning. And that's only as far as it reaches, not even all the way through the Carolinas. So it is a slow go of it for the next 48 hours. Flooding is going to be a big-time concern. The remnants of this may even drift up towards western New York. And that's a possibility that we could get some downpours into our forecast early next week. That'd be around the Tuesday time frame. We just have to watch the track of that pretty closely. But there's a look at Hurricane Florence battering the northern Carolina coast. And it looks like conditions in Wilmington will be going downhill pretty quickly throughout the course of this evening. Well, here locally, our weather is much quieter. We do have a little stream of moisture moving in from the south. That's been responsible for those clouds and a few very spotty showers, mostly south of Buffalo into the south towns in the southern tier. A little bit of rain drifting across Lake Erie as well. I expect this activity to wind down in the next few hours, especially as we lose the daylight. And we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy tonight with a little bit of fog once again, kind of like what we saw early this morning. Bit of a gloomy start to your Friday morning. Temperatures are warm, though. We're back in the lower 80s here around Buffalo, some mid-upper 70s in the southern tier, and the dew points are up there. So warm, humid. All we really need is more sunshine, and it feels like summer. That's what we have on tap for the upcoming weekend. As far as tonight goes, shower to the south early. That winds down partly to mostly cloudy, and again, a little patchy fog on a muggy night. Temperatures stay in the 60s. Coming up in your full forewarned forecast, we'll talk more about that sunny, summer-like weekend and how long that will last. Christy?
All right, Andrew, thank you. And, of course, remember that you can always get the latest forecast in the palm of your hand anytime. You just have to download the News 4 app. It has the latest news, weather, sports, traffic, and more, and it is, of course, free for your phone.